Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And this movie came out in 1975, and I've seen this movie once before, and I really didn't like it then. I thought it was just really stupid, and I just didn't get it. And this time, rewatching it, I liked it better this time. I understood kind of what it was going for. I was okay with it. But overall, I thought it was just fine. I think this movie is okay. There are some fun performances in this movie, like Tim Curry, he's a lot of fun, and there are some characters that are kind of memorable, and I like some of the songs in the movie. I thought that they were really catchy. Not every single song in this movie is great, but the ones that work for me are kind of fun, and some of the comedy was successful, but unfortunately the core of the movie just wasn't all that interesting to me, and what I was really wanting was something like really creepy or like scary, like despite all of it being like kind of like goofy and silly. I was expecting like at least one scene where I would feel tense or tension, but I really don't care about any of the characters in this movie. They're kind of just there to be used as a tool to just watch all these musical sequences, or whatever you want to call them. And I was just waiting for something interesting to happen, and every once in a while you get something kind of cool. But these moments are far and few between, and everything else is just kind of bland and forgettable to me. Like, the story for this movie is really simple, but it doesn't get revealed until like an hour and 10 minutes through the movie, like once we get into the third act. And that's where things start to like make sense as to like what's going on. But there are so many scenes in this movie that are really, really boring to me. I did not care about anything that was happening up until that point, and there were some nice editing choices that stood out to me, and I like the scene transitions, and the editing in this movie does complement to the film a bit, and it stood out as being somewhat memorable. And there were some shots in this movie that were nice looking, and there are some dated effects for sure, but it doesn't take up the movie too much. And I do get the point of the movie, but unfortunately the core of the film was just not interesting to me. This movie is very slow, and in some scenes I am fine with the slow pace, but in many scenes I'm not, because there's nothing about a lot of these scenes that earns it for me, and because of that it does feel like it's wasting my time. And when it comes to the overall story and what I got out of it, I feel as though I could have gotten that from a short film, not a 100-minute feature film that did not need to be a feature, really, because there was just a lot of stuff in this movie that felt really repetitive to me, and just a bunch of stuff that I've seen before. And sure, a lot of the stuff that I've seen before is movies that came out after this movie, I believe. But in those movies, it worked so much better for me, or at least the ones that I like. And in this movie, it's just, hey, I got to see the origins of where it came from, but I don't feel as much for it because there isn't much to engage me, unfortunately. And that's about all I have to say about the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I don't have much to say about it. It was fine. It was average. I didn't regret watching it this time, and the first time I watched it, I gave it a 3 out of 10. I just did not care for it whatsoever. And despite me liking it better this time, I don't think I will ever rewatch this movie, unfortunately, because although there are parts of it that I like, and some songs are kind of catchy, unfortunately, the core of the film is just not that interesting to me. And a lot of things that it's doing should have been in a short film for me personally, and I just didn't get much out of it. And with all that being said, I'm going to give the Rocky Horror Picture Show a 5 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and my social media links. They will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Hotel Transylvania. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.